Okay guys, what we're going to do here now is we're going to disassemble the armature, which is the electrical and where we're getting the spark for the engine. We're going to take the flywheel guard off, we're going to take the flywheel cup off, and the flywheel nut. There's a few things we have to go over. Mr. Jerzik's going to explain about the magnet on the flywheel and how that ties in a little bit to the armature. And we're going to be using a special tool right here. We're going to be using a flywheel wrench or strap, flywheel strap, to go around here and kind of hold this from turning when we're taking off this flywheel nut.
Like Mr. DiOrio said, this is responsible for our spark. This is what's generating our spark. When you guys get this deep into it, notice the gap here and here. It's a real small gap, and when we go to reassemble, we need to make sure that that gap is set exactly the same. There's a special tool for that, and we'll talk about that during reassemble. But during disassemble, we have to make sure that this top part here, this very strong magnet, is going to be opposite of our armature. Okay, so we don't want it sticking, we don't want it to ruin our armature. You can see how strong that magnet's going to be. So I'm going to set that magnet up opposite of my armature, and then I could remove my bolts for my armature. And you can see that these bolt holes are slotted.
Hold on real quick.
So this is adjustable.
Before you completely take that off, I just want to take a quick picture of how this is sitting in here. You can see that with the housing on there.
Okay, so pull this off. These are my armature bolts. Set this aside. Also, we have our flywheel guard. So here there's one more bolt. We need to pull that one out to get this guard out of the way. That's basically there to help keep debris from getting inside the flywheel as it spins. You don't want to get too much dirt in there, so we have a cover there also. So I'm going to remove this real quick. My wrench is sticking to it, so turn it a little bit. Pull that out. And then also built into our flywheel is this plastic piece on the front, and that's our fan. So that's going to help in the cooling process of our engine. So as that's spinning, it's also throwing air across our cooling fins here to help keep our engine cool. So there's quite a few jobs that our flywheel has. One, it's responsible for our spark. Two, it's there to help start. And three, it's also there for cooling. Our next step here is to get our flywheel nut off and the cup, okay, which is also built into our starter. Here's where we need to use our strap wrench, because as I go to remove my flywheel nut, obviously my engine's going to spin over, and I don't think Hulk Hogan himself is strong enough to hold the engine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and break this loose, and it's going to be kind of tough.
Take a look at this wrench, this flywheel strap wrench, and see how it's sitting with the cup down right here.
Okay, it's like a hand that's down that's getting wedged in there with a strap that goes around it, just like a belt. Okay. So now that's removable. I can take this off. And next we're going to see how to use a special tool, a puller, to pull off our flywheel. And then we can remove our crank, and that's going to be the end of our disassembly. We'll go ahead and mark this up, and then we're going to get some tools set up for the next step.